Beautiful. Here's my beautiful signs and symbols for you. This sign symbol tells me that this person is like a father figure. The part that makes the passing so tragic, I would say how quick or how abrupt it was. So he tells me he passes suddenly, unexpectedly, and all of this is like really in a tragic way. Tells me he's like a father figure. You didn't get a chance to say goodbye. Right toward the end, it was really hard to communicate. Now, I asked him how he ended up passing a little deeper than that, and he shows me my sign symbol for it's just something that stops or happens abruptly, going about its business and then abrupt stop. So I was like, okay. So we didn't expect to pass the day we did, especially, but then he makes I want to keep going if this resonates already. I'm also continuing to feel both times I was communicating with him, it's like, so he says that, oh, okay, whew. Silly. Wish we could block comments, but I don't think we can, unfortunately. Anyways, so, anywho, so this person is saying that they had a hard time communicating, or this could all, I just feel like we have a hard time in general breathing, and it's our ability to communicate. This could also mean something we could have consumed right toward the end of our passing also feels right. Um, I know, wasn't that crazy? Okay, so am I headed in the right direction for you, my dear? Holy crap. What a beautiful energy. I'm bringing in a second person here too. An older male. Doo-doo. Okay. First of all, does this resonate with Kenneth? I feel like he's such a funny man. Okay, beautiful. Let me know how it resonates with how he ended up passing. So one thing is he gives me a couple of different bits to go off. It's either something underlying medical that he didn't even see, so we didn't expect it to happen the way it did. It could have been something like we're going about our everyday. It's basically something that goes undetected, whether it's a danger undetected, it's an underlying medical thing undetected. And so he also says it was hard to breathe times two, which makes me feel like it was multiple medical things affecting his breathing or his heart. Okay, he was my grandfather. Love this, and he just goes like this and gives me signs and symbols that he had been inserted into major parts of your life to kind of fill the voids. Oh my goodness, hold on. He passed of a broken heart, we thought, but medically that we didn't know. Oh my goodness, we didn't know other things were going on. And so he also says, there could have been some underlying medical things that went completely undetected, and we truly didn't expect to pass the day that we did, which makes a lot of sense. I don't think he knew a lot of medical things were there. Honestly, I also don't think he's going to end up going to the doctor. He's going to be the type of person that's going to learn how to live with chronic pain or dizziness. So a lot of those symptoms, I think he's a sweet man, stubborn man. I'd be surprised if you couldn't smell his cologne randomly since he ended up passing. But I just don't think. I think he lived exactly the way he wanted to for the end of his life for sure. He keeps showing me two things: the fact that he may have served slash a pair of boots. So this means doing something useful, entering the workforce. He could have been of service military or of service with what he does for his career every single day, but it's something we have in honor of his memory, also emphasizing that we have something that he wore, like an item of clothing in honor of his memory as well. So he was in the Korean War. He was actually in the Navy, and Chelsea's like, all the time. I smell him all the time. And Chelsea's like, yes, that's exactly what happened when we were talking about how he ended up passing, actually. So isn't that interesting? So I'm happy to say that he said there's been a dream or two, but it's more of like repeating numbers on the clock type of deal, more coincidences, and what are the chances than being able to be there for dreams every single night. And so he talks about what you have in honor of his memory. He talks about the way that he ended up passing. He talks about his time in the war and how he still identifies with that. Absolutely. You have his money clip, his gloves, his sunglasses, a clip to his glasses. I love that. Oh my goodness. I'm like, we have some weird thing. His money clip, gloves, sunglasses, clip to his glasses. I love that. That's so cool. Honestly, you had to probably have been the favorite, and you were the closest thing to like a real-time caregiver he's had, like as far as like being on a compassionate friend level with him. I think you really are just, top notch there. All right, thank you, dear, so much for coming on with me.